Hello, hello. Make sure you let me know when you jump on. Hello, someone's here. Hello, Ellen. How are you? I thought tonight we would play with our hippo we colored the other night and our bears. We're still gonna use Copics, but we're gonna use stencils and Copics tonight. So I thought that might be kind of fun. I have no solid plan, but I think we could make something work. I think that would be fun. So we're gonna make two cards tonight out of these ones we colored the other night, and we're going to use stencils and Copics, and we're going to make some cute little cards. So, well, at least I hope they're going to be cute when they come out. I'm kind of winging it tonight. I was working really hard on some of the future releases, doing some artwork tonight, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to play around with stuff before we started, but I am feeling much better. Thank you. But I think it's going to be fun. So I'm giving it just a second. Jamie said she was going to jump on tonight, so giving just a second for her to jump on, tag everybody. I'm a little bit early, I think, a few minutes anyway. Hi, Jamie. There you are. Jamie's going to join us for a little bit tonight. I thought that would be awesome sauce. So here's what I was thinking. Okay, so first I think we're going to start with the bears, and then we'll move on to the hippo. So I'm going to put the hippo aside for now, our sweet little hippo. And here's what I was thinking for tonight. So I'm thinking, and I've never done this before, so this is another newbie, but I'm thinking we're going to take these sweet little bears that we colored before I went out of town, and we're going to use the music stencil, and we're going to put some music notes, and we're also going to ground our little bears. And so I pulled out the Where It's Warm stamp set, which is the one that we used, because I want to use this little masking piece that I used to put the bears together. So we talked about that when we did the video, but I'm going to use it again tonight, which is all the better reason why I saved it, because now I can use it again. And then I'm going to use the sentiment from our Lie About Your Age set, because I think this happy birthday sentiment right here is really, really perfect, since this is a slimline card, to put our happy birthday up here. It's kind of the best one that I could find for that. So I wanted to use the music note stencil for this, but I didn't want to switch over to using oxides. I wanted to stay with Copic. So what if you don't have oxides? Then you can't, you can't do it. So I'm on my Tim Holtz glass mat, and I have a little bit of washi tape here, and I'm going to use this washi tape to hold it still while I play with the stencil. So I got out the image that we colored. I'm going to stick it on my desk with some little patriotic washi tape, because what would I do without this washi tape? What would I do with this washi tape? It's not 4th of July yet. So I'm going to use it here in the corners just to hold my little card still. And then I'm going to take this little bear masking And I'm going to put it over top of this blue bear. So it kind of covers up all our coloring from the other night. But I wanted to use this stencil because we're going to be doing happy birthday. And I noticed that when I place this over top, it goes completely over the bear. So in order to get that to look like it's behind the bear, I had to put the masking tape on, the mask over top of the little guy. So now I'm going to use my washi tape again to stick down my stencil. And I've decided that I'm going to use my C0 to do the foundation work. So C0 first. Ooh, look, that's upside down. And then I want to color in, and I think what I'm going to do is use these purple and pink, because remember the base of our card is going to be black. So it doesn't really matter as long as we match something in here. So I think I'm going to use these pinks and pinks and purples, because, you know, purple's my thing. So I'm going to pull out, I don't really remember what purples we used, but in guessing, I would say we used the RV 1917-14 probably on the pinks, or close to that. So I'm going to pull 3 pinks and I'm going to pull 3 purples. So I'm going to pull V17, 15, and 12. You have no clue what I'm going to do here? Well, you know, it's a surprise. See, it's going to make you want to stay and check it out. So I'm going to use this holder, and I'm also going to use a second one, because I got 2. So I'm going to use one for the pinks, which is the RV 19, 17, 14. And then I'm going to use this one for my V17, 15, and 12. And there's my 12 I was talking about the other night, all messed up. So I have 2 of these, and I'm going to set them back to back. So I have all my colors right here. And I'm going to start with my C0. So the first thing I'm going to do is just, hold on, I got a fuzzy in my little, I don't want to color on the fuzzy. Hence these awesome tweezers. Okay. Uh-oh. So I'm going to start by just coloring in with my marker, sort of making the foundation for where I want this stencil to be. Making the marks. That way I'll know where it's going to be. This is my first time trying this, guys, so let's hope and pray it comes out really good. But hey. Oh yeah, I guess I could, couldn't I? Move them over there and you can still see them. Nice. Good call, Jamie. So I'm just building the base for what I want to color with my markers. Looks like my nib is a little weak on this one, but that's okay. I can replace that later. So I'm just coloring in my little spaces here so I know where my music notes are. And then I'm going to lift it up in the aha moment, and you'll be able to see, you can see where all of the notes were. So I really wanted to do these as well. So I'm going to go back on there and add these. So what we're doing is these little bears are going to be singing happy birthday. So I'm going to put my stamp on there so I can see where I want it to be. And then I'm going to put a few more of them, a few more of the music notes over here on this side. So on this set, we have the whole music area here, and then we have partial over here. So that's what I'm going to use on this side, is this part. So I'm going to take this little bear, and I'm definitely going to have to use this. Hello, Linda is watching. So I'm going to take this bear and I'm going to move him over here. And we hope we don't mess up our sweet bears we already colored. And I'm going to put this one up just a little bit higher than I did on the other side. Taping that down. Now I'm going to mark where all of that is, or was, if you will. This way, I don't necessarily have to color or draw this. I can use the stencil, any stencil I want. Just another way that you can use your stencils if you don't have oxides, or if you don't want to get them out, or whatever your reason might be. For the moment, a quick background. I'm not going to do that one. I don't really like that one there. But I am going to do this one. Okay. Yeah, it's just washi tape. Wow, you're watching from Iowa. Awesome. I feel special. I'm going to double check and make sure that my little happy birthday sign still fits in here. And it does. Perfectly, actually. Okay, so we'll worry about that part later. I'm going to put my stencil aside, and then I'm going to start using my colors. I'm going to start alternating them. So I'm going to start with the RV19, and then I'm going to go back and forth. Aw, thanks, man. Okay, so I'm going to start with RV19, and I'm going to go where I put these lines. Just kind of building this in a little bit. Some of it anyway, not all of it. Okay, so I'm doing all of the lines that I built in there, but I'm just doing little small parts of them, because the other half of them is going to be the darker purple. I may have to untape this, because I may have to turn this around. It's going to be a little bit easier for me if I can turn it around while I'm working on it. We'll save these stickies because we might use them again. Okay, so maybe I should zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Yes, I'm tracing the stencil lines. But I'm not going to do the music notes. I'm just doing the lines right now. This one. Not going to do that music note either. I might just come in from both sides, making it light in the middle and dark on the end. Going to be my plan that I'm just winging as we go. We got a little bit in here, a little bit here. Looks kind of funny now. Let's see if our V17 will play nice with our RV19. A little bit. Might be a little finicky, but when we come in with the other colors, it'll be okay. So I'm just kind of going over some of the pink, leaving a little bit of it. Just playing around with these colors for some fun, going over the lines that I put in there. Were temporary lines. So far, so good. Now that I zoomed in, I'm gonna move these to the other side. Oh, hi Michelle. Everyone is quiet tonight, and you're in South Carolina. Wow, everybody's visiting me from all over the place tonight. That's awesome. Awesome, you guys are awesome. Okay. So now I'm going to go with the RV17. And I'm going to finish in these lines. So we're going to have pink and purple lines from our stencil. And we can follow those lines so we know they're pretty straight because we used the stencil to grow them. Using my marker upright to get my lines pretty skinny. This one over here to do, kind of blend in all these colors together with this pink one, and then when I go to the next purple one, I'm going to start doing the music notes. Okay, yeah, I think that's part of the music note down there. Okay, awesome. I think this one is supposed to be part of the music note as well, and it comes around like this. So I'll have to go back in with the purple and finish that one because I missed one. I used this music note stencil. We did the base with this, and then this side over here with this one. And I'll probably do different colors on this side. So I'm going back real quick to the V17 so I can put a little bit in this one right here that I missed earlier. And then I'm going to add the RV19 back in as well, because I missed those. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So now I traced it with the C1. I did. No, I traced it with the C0. 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 So now I'm going to start with V15. And I'm going to outline my music notes. And I'm not really doing it light to dark. I'm really just doing, I don't know, whatever I feel like doing at the time. Because I'm kind of winging this. So I'm just going to do it different areas of the little notes. Right here from his head. I'm going to do this one along the back side. I'll make the top side lighter. Same thing with this one. Yes, half of our clothing at one another's house. Yes, for sure. So we're going to actually do these music notes kind of two-tone-ish. It'll be fun. It'll be birthday-esque. So see, it's starting to come to life a little bit there. Something new. We try. We do. We try new things. And tonight it really is a new thing because I've never done this before, but I thought, let's try something new tonight. So I'm going to switch back to the RV17 because I saw a spot I missed right here. Okay. And now I'm going to go to the RV14. So it's the next in that sequence. And I'm just switching back and forth. So starting on this same little guy right here. Going to kind of do the other side. Sort of filling in the rest because we only have one more color. So I'm doing opposite sides of the little music staff, I think this is called. The staff. I don't know, I'm not really a music person. So I don't know a whole lot about that. Never, I mean, I took choir when I was in school, but that was a really long time ago. Really long time ago. So I'm going to just do this, and we'll fill in the center part by blending them all together with the 12. Are you going to try scribbles? It's fun. It's fun to do scribbles. I want to try those mountains that Jamie did this morning because those were super awesome. So if you missed that, you might want to go back and watch that on YouTube. We posted on YouTube. This is going to be so cute. Okay, they look a little like a little baby drew them on here right now, but, oops, earthquake, sorry. Jamie did do a great job on them. She's very good at those mountains, and I am very not good at those mountains. So I'm going to use V12 next. I just put them in there upside down, but you guys get it. And I'm going to actually blend those pinks and purples together. They're not very bright, so I may have to pull in one more pink color to kind of darken it up a little bit. They're probably not the best colors to be mixing together, but hey, you know, this is how you know it's real. It's real, it's real. I think I'm going to pull in RV13 as well. So I think that'll bring it together. So here we go, finishing up that little music note. Super cute, huh? And if you want those black lines, you can always put them in later. But I don't. want the black lines on mine. Okay, so I am going to pull in RB13. It's going to be a little bit darker than the purple that we just used, which I like. So just going to kind of go over everything. It'll keep the purple tone, but it'll darken up the colors much better. I think I like that better. What do you guys think? Super cute, huh? You don't want to sit on there or put too much color on there because it'll spread out. But I like how this is coming out. Just kind of shaping these a little bit better. There we go. So we have music notes behind them that we colored in, but they don't have the black lines on them. Just glitter. Okay, and then on the other side, I think I might stick with the same colors. So let's go ahead. Oh, I know. We'll do the opposite colors of this. So the lines will be the light ones, and the, oops, you can't even see. The lines will be the lighter color, and the music note will be the darker color on this one. So we'll just kind of switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to start with the RV19. And this time, I'm going to leave that on there. This time I'm going to do the music notes in the darker colors. Just drawing in these colors and these lines that I put in there with the stencil. I just thought it'd be fun to figure out a new way to use the stencils. I think we missed one spot on the other one, so we'll have to go back. I'll show you in a minute. What I'm talking about. And then one last one right here. Okay, so over here we missed the little dot right there. So we're going to go back to that when we get to the lighter colors. Lion King? Oh, Facebook? Shame on Facebook. Kicking you off. Unacceptable. Okay. So just going to keep going. This darker purple color. Remember, we're going to put one more color on here to blend these all together. That's how we did the other one. What do you guys think of this so far? Do you like using will you try to use the stencils like this? Gives you another way to use your stencils. Why not? Hi, Sherry. don't know which one I like better. The music notes in the darker color or the lighter color. I don't know. Can't decide. Can't decide. Yay! It's pretty neat. It's a whole new perspective on coloring these. So I'm going to use my RV17 to finish off the music notes and the staff. I'm going to go in here and do this little circle that was right there. Going to blend these together. Just coloring these in, kind of blending the purple and pink together, giving a little bit more cohesive look. Okay, good night, Mickey. I know all about that sleepy, let me tell you. I was sleepy last night. Feeling a little better now, though. I may touch this one with the next purple color too, just to blend that a little bit more. So there are light music notes and dark music notes. And now we're going to do all the lines left over here on this side with the light colors. So starting with the V15. Just going to color these edges. And this one. And then I'm going to color from here, and here, and here. A little bit on this side. A little bit here. And you could use any colors you want, just like you could with the oxides or whatever else. You're not doing any more filling till you get your refill station? That's awesome. So this one is RV14. This one's a little bit dark, so I'm just going to add a little bit and leave room for the next colors. So just a little bit at a time. I'll blend with the next lighter colors. I know I'm not dropping the caps. That's probably because I'm not as tired as I was. Okay, so V12 will be the next one. And I'm going to go over those two colors so I can blend them together. It's going to be really light, so I'm going to come in with that RV13 in a few minutes to kind of finish that off. This is going off the paper. I don't know, what do you think? Do you like this color sequence or the other one? I don't know. I think I like the music notes darker rather than lighter. It makes them stand out a lot better, I think. It is hard on your hands. Refilling the markers is so hard on your hands. It really is. Okay, RV13. I like the darker music notes too, a lot. So RV13 is what's going to finish off all of our lines. Adding this last color sure does help, I think. 4 years. 4 years. Seems like yesterday. Time is flying with my bestie. So let's see. These are super cute too. So we're going to take off our little bear. And then, feels like 40 years. In a good way though. Like we've known each other forever. Since birth. Since birth. Since birth. Okay. So, what do you think? Super cute, huh? I think in order to make it a little more fancier, I might add some confetti on there too. Yes, we do. We go through a day of depression when we leave each other. It's so true. So I want to ground him, so I'm going to put him on, I'm going to put, I believe, I'm going to use grays because the background is black. So I'm going to use the C2, C1, C0, and 00. So I'm going to take the 2 to start with, the C2. And this is just one card. We're going to do the other one tonight too. And it's going to be using Stencil as well, and Copics. So I'm going to just go where his hands and body and feet. I'm going to do those first, all up under here. We do work super well together. We get a lot of stuff done when we're in the same location, for sure. Although I did get a lot of stuff done today, which was super exciting. When I quit working for the other job. So you can see I'm building him a little platform here. First with the dark color, and then we'll expand out with the lighter color here in a few minutes. Making sure I'm not touching much of those colors. I don't want to pull them out, but they're super duper dry because we did this a week or so ago. So I don't have to worry about that quite as much as I do when we just did it. Okay. It does. Grounding changes it all. Look at how much better that's looking already. Yes, we both got a lot done today. Unfortunately, we still have an enormously long line of list of stuff to do. So now that I got right up close to their bodies, I'm going to switch to using the chisel side so I can move a little faster. I'm just going to be touching right up into that color I already put there and extending out a little bit further. Just blending those out. Let's scoot up so you guys don't lose me, or I don't lose you. You can still see me. Okay, so that's C2 and C1. Huge list, yes, huge. Always, and scratch one off, add 2 more. Scratch one off, add 2 more. Seems always the way it goes. But at least it's a fun job. You guys are mighty quiet tonight. Okay, so now with the C0, I'm going to fill in a lot more. And I'm going to move a bit faster. This one's going to kind of lighten it up, so I'm going to move a lot faster on this one. Okay, and then Yes, it created more. It was a lot of work today, but successful. Okay, C00 is the last one for this part. So I'm going to fill out the rest of the bottom of it. Making sure I get a lot of juice on there so it blends really well. Sometimes I really like using this chisel end when I'm doing stuff like this. It gets it done a little bit faster. Okay, so lots and lots of ink. Okay, so I am going to take this, I am going to go back to my C0, and I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow. Oops, I forgot to go in with this one. I missed that one note, so I used RV13, and now I'm going to use B12 just to kind of bring that out. And then I'm going to use my C0, and I'm going to put just a little bit of shadow underneath these, just to give it a little bit more personality going on here. Not going to keep my marker there very long because I don't want to pull that pink and purple out. Just giving it just a little bit underneath the lines only. I'm not doing the music notes, just the lines. Just to kind of pull that gray in the top. Like that. So you kind of can't see it unless maybe I pull it up real close. You can kind of see a little bit of a shadow there, those grays. And then I'm going to get my Misty out, which I was going to do with my little Misty, but I just realized that this is a slimline card and I'm going to need my bigger Misty for it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put our image in here. I want to make sure I have it all lined up in case it moves. I'm going to put my happy birthday on here. Pick it up. I am going to use black because the card base is black, so I'm going to use my Memento. Ta-da! It's upside down, but you guys know what I'm doing. Just going to put it on my little happy birthday words. Going to stamp them on here. Just like that. Yay! It worked. It worked, it worked, it worked. Now, doesn't that look better with the happy birthday on it? It really brings it together, huh? Earthquake! So sorry, so sorry. I did have a little bit of a gray color here too, so I'm going to actually put this card together. So I'm going to put the little bears on my card, on their matting. Once I get them on there, I'll decide if I'm going to put little confettis or little circles or dots or something. I got to stand up because, you know, that's me. Stand up! So I can line this up. Okay, good night, bestie. You're going to miss the next one. You'll have to watch the replay because we're going to play with the next one too. Okay, so we're going to put our Barely Art glue, best glue in the world, on the back of our slimline card. I'm going to stand up again. Stand up. And I'm going to center this, which is a little bit hard to do when you're on a Tim Holtz mat, but because it's black. Then I'm going to use my espresso to squish that on there. Earthquake! And now we have this super duper cute little card. And I'm going to use my V15 and my RV14. And I'm just going to go out here and make some little dots around this. No rhyme or reason. Just putting them wherever. I'm going to take my RV14 and do the same thing. But I'm just going to put them in different spots. So it kind of looks like there's a party going on over here. There we go. Now, there's our party bears. Just a quick good night, off to bed. Hey Kathy, you popped in. Don't worry, it looks like we're done, but we're not. We're just done with card number 1. So this was card number 1. I'm glad you guys like it. I used the Stencil and Copics, you know, the music note stencil, and my Copics, and colored that all up. And now we're going to try one with our hippo. So we colored this hippo the other night, remember, in our little pink and purple. Super cute. I cut her out. I believe I'm going to use these. One will be the card base and one will be the matting, but I haven't decided which way we're going to go with that. It depends on what happens with our stencil. So this is the stamp set. Rule your mind. We'll use one of these sentiments. I haven't decided which, but we'll figure that out as we go. I'm going to use the Manly Mandala stencil. That is a well-traveled hippo. And I am going to use Copics with this one as well. But we're going to use it in a little bit of a different technique when we do this one. Instead of using the gray to line it up, we're going to actually color in the stencil while we're working on the stencil. So I believe we used RV 95, 93, and 91, and that was our hippo belly and eyes were these 3, 95, 93, and 91. And if I feel like it later, I might add the darker color, but I'm not sure yet. Okay, and then for the rest of her, we did BB 29, 25, 23. We threw in that BB 11 and then BB 20. So 29, 25, 23, 11, and 20. Okay. So we're going to take this stencil. I wonder, that one's got a spot on it. I don't need to start with the spot. That would be bad. Okay. So I just need to decide if I'm going to do her like this. I might do her like this. I don't know. Stay awake despite medicine I took. I'm thinking maybe I want to do it this way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Up and down? Or half of the wheel? What do you think? Half the wheel? Maybe half the wheel. We'll put her right in the center, and then we'll have all this stuff on the outside. So that means that we have to tape down our little guy again, this one, and at the top, because that's where there's not going to be any coloring. So I'm going to tape that down with my USA tape. Okay, and then I'm going to place this where I want it. I think I want it right there, maybe up just a tad bit higher so I can tape it down again, sideways, like this. Do you like this? I'm going to get a little bit more tape because I want to put, I'm just going to smack this thing down right here. All right, we got a lot of, I think, did I put it down too far? Okay, hold on. Earthquake. I'm about to move my whole tray so you guys can see it. Here we go. Be ready for that earthquake. It's coming. Let's move this over. There we go. Now you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So, what I want is I'm going to put the inside pinks closest to her, and then the outside purples out here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to use our RV95 is the first one that we're going to use. And I'm just going to start coloring in these things right here. Not thick, but just enough. I'm going to do several at a time. We'll see how this turns out. It's the first time I've ever done this one either. So you guys get to see all the newbie stuff tonight. But I figured if we could do this with our oxides and stuff, why can't we do it with our Copics? Looks like I'm using postage stamps. It does, but I'm not. I would not do that. It's too expensive for that. Not going to do it too much because I don't want it to bleed at all underneath the stencil, which it could do. But I think it'll be okay. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't look good, and then we just go over it with some oxides or some darker colors, or we throw it away. But hey, the only way to know is to try. I'm not afraid to try. Okay, so now we have a high roller like that. It's a great idea if it works. Yeah, it is. We're gonna see. Now you'll know, and you won't have to mess up your own thing trying it out. Because now you'll know based on what happens with mine. But yeah, I'm not afraid. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, I'll just try something else. Okay, so RV93 is next. It's only the paper. It is sweet sentiment paper though. Woo! We don't really want to waste that. So I'm going to kind of do some back and forth movements because I want to make sure that it blends right in here. First I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to do a few blendings. It looks like it's blending really well. We're getting that color down. I think before we put the third color in, though, I might switch up and go to the purple part so some of this can dry, so I don't do too much of, so it bleeds underneath the stencil, which I'm hoping it won't, but we'll see. It's all going to depend on how much ink we put on this paper, because there's really nothing to hold it still. But we color images all the time and we don't color out. Okay, all right, get some rest, Jamie. I hope you feel better in the morning. Are you guys dying to know if this is going to work? I know I am. So this one's only going to have 2 colors down here because we're off the paper now. But hey, if I wasn't willing to try new things, what fun would that be? You guys don't want to see the same thing done all the time. I want to see some new stuff. Right? Am I right? We sound a little squeaky tonight. And I am using Sweet Sentiment paper. Because it's my fave. Nice, blending well, but we know the markers blend well on Sweet Sentiment paper, so I was pretty sure that wasn't going to be a problem. Okay, so looking pretty. All right, so before I move on to my RV91, and I'm going to move it down here so, you know, I can remember where I was. I'm going to actually go back to RV95, and I'm going to do these little thingies right here. And I'm just going to outline them, and then I'll come in with the RV95 and I'll color them in. A little one here, over here. And you can really pick any colors you want to do this with. You could actually, if you knew which colors you wanted to use and everything, you could actually draw these in like this and then come back with the shading without the stencil on it. But I thought we'd try it with the stencil this time and see how it went. So that was our RV95. Now I'm going to come back in with the RV93. Just going to blend that center. Blend it. Blend this one. I may come back with a second coat just to make sure, but I kind of like how it's lighter in the center, darker on the outside. I like that. It's a little bit different. Okay, so now that we gave it a little bit of time, I'm going to go back in with my RV91 now, and I'm going to finish out these little areas here. So I'm going to come from the other end, blend into it. I'm going to do that on all of them. I got some squeaky sounding markers tonight. Might have to check and see if these need some more juice. Let me see. Maybe a tad. I think they're just feeling like being noisy tonight. Okay, looking good. I'm liking it. The ultimate will be when I take the stencil off. How does it look? That's going to be the true giveaway. And you guys are quiet. Are you holding your breath? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I don't know. Looking good so far. So while we're waiting, how many of you guys, does anybody own this stencil? This is a pretty cool stencil. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm going to switch these pink colors over to the purple colors. I'm going to use the darkest one, which is BB29 first. Ooh, you have it? Yeah, see? You guys have it. You'll have to try it. You'll check it out in the morning? Okay, good night, Mama. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one back here. And I'm just going to put, this reminds me of a shark fin. Just going to start coloring this in just a little bit. I don't want to do too much. I don't want it to go underneath the stencil. I'm touching real light when I go around the stencil. Not pressing down hard on the paper. So I don't want to put too much ink down at one time. It is a little bit harder to do when you can't rotate the paper, but hey, that's all right. Here we go. This stencil is pretty cool. Kind of looks like a saw. Good night, Sandy's mom. Oh yeah, a Marvel card with this background? Yeah, that would be great. This background is super cool. Got a lot of compliments on it when we were at the show this weekend. I had done oxide background with the same hippo using this stencil, and people really liked it. All right, almost done. Makes me think of a shark fin though, not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is go the opposite way now with this one. So we'll kind of have these colors going in and out. Now it kind of makes me think of claws. Now I'm gonna put going this way. And if you put this on a small Tim Holtz mat or on some other kind of mat that's much smaller, you can rotate it around when you're working on it. But I'm doing all right like this, I think. We'll soon find out. Okay, so now we have a little bit of the dark purple in both. Oh yes. Well, yeah, I'm already onto that because I'm a big shark fan. Shark Week fan. Love me some sharks. Okay, BB25. I have made one. I posted it, a card in the group once. So moving out, just blending these together here. These blend really well together. I love sharks. I can watch that Shark Week like over and over and over. Sometimes my husband gets tired of it. He's like, oh my gosh. Didn't you already see this one? I'm like, yeah, but man, I could keep watching it. I learned so much. I should be able to defend myself if I ever come face to face with a shark. I know all the myths and all that good stuff. I think it was maybe not last year. It was either last year or the year before. I was in Pennsylvania visiting my aunt where my mom is right now. And They had Shark Week for a month. Ooh, I wanted to watch all of them. It was super awesome. She let me watch it for a little while, but then she kind of got tired of the whole shark thing. So we had to switch. This is blending so nicely. This marker's pretty juicy, so it's going really well. Anybody else a Shark Week fan? Like to watch the sharks? I like to watch Jaws. I've watched it like a million times. I got something on my marker, so I'm just cleaning it off like a little crumb or something. Might have been from my ice cream I had right before we went live. I didn't give away all my secrets. Alrighty. Okay. This is super cool. Will your grandson love sharks? I love sharks. I like dinosaurs too. Probably like dinosaurs better than sharks, but I like them both. Okay. So with BV23, I'm going to fill in the rest of these little ones. I'm not going to put any other color in those. Very small spaces. Good thing this marker tip is really tiny. Love, love, love sharks. My grandson, he loves dinosaurs, so that works out really great for me because he always wants to watch the Jurassic World movies, which I love and have seen many, many times. When he comes over, that's what he wants to watch, so that just makes me super happy. Oh, and he does make me watch Spider-Man Homecoming a lot because he likes Spider-Man too, as well. Spider-Man as well. Okay, so now the inside ones are done, but the outside ones, I think I'm going to do just a teeny bit, and then I'm going to jump to that BB11 to give that purple on the tips. I think I need this one though because I think it's too big of a jump. It won't blend well if I don't. So I'm just putting a teeny bit of this one, and then I'll go in with that BV11 and really bring that to life. So a little bit, not too much. Leaving a little bit of space for the other one. Not on this one. It's a done deal. I only have one grandbaby. I have one grandson, and he is 4. His name is Cooper, and he will be here this weekend. So he'll be here probably Friday and Saturday, I think. So he'll probably already be asleep though, because I go live at 10, and he'll probably already be in bed by then. But he comes to hang out with Grandma, and I was gone for the whole for last weekend, so I guess my daughter said he's been saying I miss Grandma, so he's gonna come over this weekend and spend some time with me. Grandbabies are so much fun, and he loves to be in my craft room, so he always says, "Are we going to the craft room?" I'm like, yeah, man, we live in the craft room. Are you kidding? And I went the other day to Michael's, and they had a whole bunch of little kid crafty things on sale, and I bought a bunch of them, so I'll have a bunch of arts and crafts to do when he comes over. We usually make something for Mommy while he's over here. Okay, so since this is the purple color, 6, oh my gosh. You have a grandson that's 6 and a granddaughter that's 8. Yes, they love the craft room, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm going to do this circle with this light purple color. I will come in with a different color. The last color on this one as well, but I'm going to put all the base color in there. This is going to look different than anything we've seen before. I like that he likes coming in the craft room. Plus I let him watch whatever he wants on TV, so he's spoiled by that. Although last time he wanted to watch Mickey Mouse Club, that wasn't my favorite thing. I do like Mickey Mouse, but I kind of passed the cartoon. Like, isn't there another Disney movie you'd like to watch? So much more fun. Must be a lot of sleepy people tonight because we don't have that many on live tonight, but they're missing out on a new technique to try. Everybody can try a new technique now and then. And we could put gemstones in the middle of those. That's what I think of. But we'll see. All right, so far so good. I think the little hippo is going to cover all of this, except for the little bitty specks. So I'm just going to color those in with this purple color. Just in case they show. The other part I'm not going to do because I won't be able to see it. There we go. Now, oops, now I'm dropping the markers. Now I'm going to use the BB20. And I'm just going to do the center part of these. Kind of just to give it a different look. That BB20 will wash out some of the color. So it'll look like spots on there. I think that looks cool. So we're going to do that. I'm just going around about 3 times. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Maybe for the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about that. And then you see how it's a little bit different. Okay, so we mostly have this done. I may come in with this RV91 and just put a dot in the middle of these. No, I need a darker one. Let's do RV95. So you're quiet. I do like diamond painting too. I've done some pretty big diamond painting projects before. I do like to do that. I like to diamond paint in the car when we go on long trips. Gives me something to pass the time. And I can still talk to my husband while I'm doing it. So I kind of like that. Alright, so now we have dots in there too. So let's take off. Let's do the reveal. Jamie's favorite part, and she's not here. You ready? Now we're going to know if this really works. I bet it's going to look amazing. Here we go. Ready? Check it out. Pretty cool, huh? There is, I would say that in general, there is a little bit of bleeding that happens when you do it. Like here. But I think you could fix that if you wanted, you know? Let me use the lighter one, BB23. If you thought you missed a spot, you know, you could just go in. If you thought they weren't straight. But I kind of like them not straight, though. I kind of think they look cool like that. So our little girl is going to go on here. Right here. I think that's awesome. I like it. I'm super happy. I'm going to pop her up too, I think. So I don't want to put her on just yet. I want to attach it to the card first. So we're going to take that off. And we're going to take this off. And look at that. Such a different look. I like it. Okay. So I think this pink is not the right pink. So I'm going to switch that out for a lighter, more pale pink. I know you're going to laugh at me, but I cut all my paper ahead of time. I think this one works better. Yep. So I'm going to go with that one instead. I have a whole bunch of them sitting around my house. And I'm thinking this one looks better on the pink and then the pink on the purple. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let me get my little Tim Holtz trimmer here. And you know, when you cut your cardstock for an A2 card, 5.5 by 4 1/4, that's what my cardstock is. So I'm going to cut this one down to 4 1/8 because that's what Jamie usually does. And then I'm going to do it at 5 3/8. So it's a little bit smaller than the front of the card. So not a lot, but just a little bit. So it'll fit on there like that. And then we're going to have to cut this because it's the same size as the card. So now we have to do this one at 5 1/4. And then we're going to cut it this way at 4. And it just cut just a little bit, but it definitely made it better. See, look. It's like perfect. I always make my papers a little bit bigger when I'm oxiding or coloring them or whatever, so I can cut it down if I need to. And then I'm going to add this onto here. It's just going to be a very small border, but I don't think it really needs a whole lot more than that. So I'm going to do that. If I can find what I did with my... Did you see that little sneaky guy on the back? I reuse my paper. Never toss any paper. Never ever toss any paper. So sometimes you'll see other images stuck on the back of my cardstock because I can't waste it. And I may have already stamped that on something else or decided I wasn't going to color it or whatever the reason might be. So I put them back in there so I can color them. Now I'm going to stand up because standing up makes it easier for me to center my image on there. We're off just a tad. There we go. Probably could move it over just a little bit. See, this is why I usually make my borders bigger because it's hard to match up this teeny tiny border that Jamie does. Okay, it is off a little bit, so I'm going to move it. This Barely Art glue gives you a little bit of time. That's why I love it. Gives you a little bit of time to move stuff around if you need to. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use my espresso to press it down. Okay, so now we have it on here. I'm going to put it on here now. I just refilled my Barely Art glue. I know, right? So I just refilled my Barely Art glue, so sometimes it feels the need to give me bubbles after I use it. before I glue this down, I'm gonna use my espresso here. This is multitasking right here, all at its best. Sometimes I'm overzealous and I think I'm going to color the same thing a million times, so I'll stamp it all out and then I go, oh no, I want to color something else. So I reuse the paper. Okay. I like this background. It's very soft and subtle. I'm going to put this sweetie right here. Oh, I'm glad I did those little purple ones down here because they're showing just a little bit. I'm going to pop her up, and then we're going to pick a sentiment to put on there. I use lots of pop dots when I do this. I think popping her up is perfect. I use lots and lots of sweet pops. Don't throw any of that stuff away. It is too expensive. I'll put one more down here just to make sure she's on there nice and good. Probably didn't need that many. Pretty sure I didn't need that many. But whatevs. It is what it is. Okay, so I am going to take off the backs. I should probably stamp that background before I stick this sweet little girl on there. So let's decide. I'll just lay her right here while we decide what we're going to put on the card. Let's see, we have, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day unless you're too busy. And then you should sit for an hour. Within you is a stillness and a sanctuary that you can retreat to anytime you want to be yourself. Rule your mind or it will rule you. Relax. This too shall pass. Some questions cannot be answered on Google. So I think, I don't know, maybe the relax. What do you guys think? Something tiny. Like I usually hold my stamp sets like this so I can see. Although something big would be really cute too. Maybe that one. Oh, maybe we could say relax. Some questions cannot be answered by Google. Or this too shall pass. I'm going to put that on there too. I don't know. What do you guys think? I can't decide. Rule your mind or it will rule you. Probably since I colored this with Copics, you're probably not going to be able to see that. I mean, if you stamp Copic on Copic and it's that dark, you probably won't be able to see it that well. So relax may work better. That's what I think. Because you could always use relax for a birthday. Yeah, I think relax too. You just ordered some of them and it was 6 packs. 6 packs of them. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of them too. I just save them so that I never run out. So I know I already put this whole card together, but I'm not afraid to stamp right on the front of my card with this Misty because it makes it so easy. It doesn't move around. Oops. It doesn't move around, so we're good. So I'm just going to put this little relax up in the corner. Here we go. Stick. Stamp. And espresso. Might not have got that stamped real good. So let me do that one more time. Hence the amazing Misty is you can stamp it again in the same spot, which I super duper love. Okay, so pressing down the relax. There we go. Perfecto. I'll leave that stamp on there for now. Now I can put my sweet hippo on there. Can you guys see? There we go. I want her all the way at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at how sweet she is. Yes. Relax looks good. It is very zen. I also think maybe some dots where I put those dots would be really neat. Let's see, what do I have right here on my desk? I have some hearts. Let's see what they will look like. This is my honey bowl. It's got some stuff in it. So maybe I can put these little hearts. Ooh, my things are sticky. Maybe I need a different set. I've got another pair over here that are not sticky. Maybe I could put these hearts, these slippery little suckers, right there. What do you think? Would they look cute? It fits perfectly. So we could just put hearts all the way around her. I think that's going to be really cute, so I like that. So we're going to roll with that. I did a couple. I know I like it. Put my Barely Art glue on here. Oops, too much. It dries clear though, so I'm good. I'm good, I'm good. So now I'm going to pick up my little heart. Put that one right there. Be careful when you press down, because if you move it around, you could get it stuck somewhere you don't want it to be. This one. Oh my goodness, slippery little suckers. There we go. Okay, these hearts, I got these hearts from Pear Blossom Press when I went to a show where they were there. And they're super duper cute. Let's put a few of them out here. There's one. This is going to be so pretty. It helps if, see, they move a little, so make sure you check them. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let me put some more glue down here. I like to put the glue first, because then it dries just a little bit and it sticks pretty fast. But if you are afraid you might want to move them around a bit, I would not do that if I were you. And I'm kind of trying to aim the bottom of the heart towards the hippo. Like they're all, love is all around her. That's my dog walking around in here. He needs his nails clipped. Wow, these are really hard to hold on to tonight. It's kind of funny because you guys get to watch me fumble around with these little hearts. So if you ever felt like it happens to you, at least you know you're not the only one. There we go. Flipping it around. These hearts, they're small enough that you could use these hearts in a shaker card too. And if you use them, because they're Pear Blossom Press, if you use them with the light behind them, they shine through it. So that's kind of cool too. turn that. All right, one more. If I can hold on to it. Oh, that slippery little dude. Okay, fall on there. Right there. Press it down. So now we have this really pretty little bling. Oh, he already did them. He did them while we were gone. He did a whole second load of those because he was assuming that we were going to sell out really soon. So he's been working on those already. Getting them all ready. We're about to do stencils next, but I can't do a live when we do stencils because it's a lot louder than the... Plus, he has to get ready for the... He's working on his costume because we took him away from his costume for the Dallas Fan Expo to work on Sweet Sentiment stuff. So now he's trying to catch up. So what you missed earlier was you missed him hammering holes in leather and stamping with leather. So if you don't, we have he's making honey bowls tomorrow, so because we're low on those in the shop as well. So look, we have 2 cards we made tonight. We have the happy birthday and the relax. And a new way to use the stencils. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, the next show isn't until the end of April, so we have a little bit of time. I hope you guys enjoyed and liked the different way to use the stencils that we did tonight. I think it turned out pretty good. I hope you guys did too. These were the ones that we used. The music notes up here. I said star. We have a star stencil, but I used the music notes. And then down here, I used the Manly Mandala. It has a little bit of ink on it, but it'll wipe right off with the alcohol. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We have now put those 2 to rest. Last night we did our other one, so we'll be ready to do something brand new tomorrow night. So I hope you guys will join me, same time, same place. Thanks for watching. Good night, you guys.